All right, I'm gonna see if there's enough. If there's not that much jam that has permeated the surface to
Just take a bite
prevent the moisture.
No.
That's a pretty good one. I think. It's louder in my head. It's like an echo chamber in my skull. When you bite this stuff. Good morning, by the way. How's everybody? Hopefully doing well. Hey! Paint chipper. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Is everyone awake now? I hope so. Hallelujah. We got five milk bombs from Paint Chipper. Tier 2. To Infern Apple 2, Drawflar, Dark499, Rainbow Yoshi 123, and Crescelium. Thank you, PC. And again, good morning. Is it Tuesday? I struggled with that for a moment because I was like, are we starting a week? Or are we now halfway through? Yeah, we're starting a new one. That's right. Whew. The last few days, I don't know, have just been kind of like... So I've been struggling a little bit. Time is an enigma. I agree. But yeah, it's I've been busy though. Your hair's looking good. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. I've been busy. I released 4 vlogs yesterday, and I released a breakfast stream this morning, and then I have another 4 videos scheduled for StephenVlog. So yeah, so there's videos coming out at 3, 3:15, 3:30, and 3:45. So I'm trying to finally get caught back up. So it's a work in progress. I had been juggling things for a while, and I finally got Stephen Plays to the point where I'm like, haha, good. And now I don't have as many, what motion is frying pans? This is frying pans, 2 frying pans. And now I've put one down so I can like flip the waffles. The waffles that you cook in a frying pan and flip. I know what I'm talking about. Thomas says, can you juggle non-digital things? Actual question.
Can you juggle?
Not well.
Coffee!
Not well. It was a thing I practiced for a while, and now I don't remember when exactly, and I don't remember why. But it was a thing that, like, I did do. There was a period in my life where I practiced it a little bit. Thomas says, I'm a great juggler. I believe that, actually. That seems like the type of thing that Thomas would be able to do. What was, So it's Tuesday. I'm really having a hard time getting that straight in my head. I thought we were ending a week. But I'm coming around to the idea that it's the beginning and not the end. So since it's the beginning of the week, how is everyone's week getting started off? Is everyone's, since we're, 3 days in? Going, Yeah, it's Thanksgiving week, that's right. That's the reason it's not the end of the week. That's the reason it's not a Thursday. Jules says, my week's off to a better start than last week. Well, it's good. Like a solid improvement. Gotta start some Christmas shopping finally. That's good. Will there be breakfast stream Thursday? Yeah. There will be breakfast stream Thursday. And someone had asked about Breath of the Wild stream Friday. Yeah. Nothing's changing.
I started Christmas shopping.
What do you mean?
I started Christmas shopping.
For who?
people.
Oh.
You're one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, I know what I'm getting Carly. I have to order it, but I know that I'm getting it for her.
Yeah.
What?
You're getting me something for Christmas?
A couple things. I gotta order one of them yet.
Okay. Okay. Diddy Egg says, did you say that Roland is selling N64's Player's Choice for $50? I don't know.
He probably has some.
You'd have to ask Roland.
Thomas.
Thomas got me a DDR pen? Wow. I mean, at this point, it's going to feel like a gift. I'm so far removed from that original purchase. I bought that at the beginning of the year. So, yes. It's going to feel like a gift. It absolutely is.
Coffee!
I have to come up with, like, a gift.
For who?
You!
No.
Who you think, Thomas? I sent Thomas some candy. He's fine.
We did. Mm-hmm.
But you have
And
you have candy. You live with candy.
I don't need candy.
I know. We have some.
You can just share the gifts I'm getting you.
Is this one of those I'm getting myself a gift but putting your name on it? I don't know, I don't know. Christmas is something I have not even thought about as a concept this year. Although even in normal times, I don't even think about Christmas until like 2 weeks before Christmas. Like 2 weeks before Christmas, it briefly crosses my mind. I'm like, Christmas. And then a lot of times I'm like, it's fine. And then like 2 days before Christmas, I'm like, oh yeah, Christmas. And then I have to get something. Occasionally there will be years where I'm a little more prepared. But a lot of times it's like right before, where I'm like, oh yeah, Christmas.
Oh yeah, shoot. I can't order one of your gifts. Because you gotta pick a date.
Christmas? Oh, no. I mean, I'm getting some things for people for Christmas. The person is you. Just a few things. Just like multiple things.
I have a gift picked out for my dad.
I'll
and
stop talking
Carly.
about it though, but you will have to choose a date for your
I'm
gifts.
really excited. I never have ideas, and this year I had like 4.
For
You.
what?
I never have ideas, and I'm super excited.
Listen to this music. This track specifically comes up a lot, I feel like.
Brandon says, having gift ideas hard. I'm right there with you, Mal. I know. Some people... Rhonda is good. Rhonda is so good at gifts. She's just... She has, like, the best ideas, and she writes them down, and she pays attention, and she's amazing at gifts. And even if she doesn't have any, like, actual things that she's written down over the years, she finds the coolest things.
Too depressing for Christmas gift talk. Have to. I don't think it needs to be removed from breakfast stream. I think sometimes it's popping up could be well timed and funny, although it's more likely that it won't be. Yeah. I don't think about Christmas very much, so it's hard. And me and you don't typically do a lot of gifts.
I know. I just had some really good ideas.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna read some alerts. then I'm gonna eat bread. We got a sub from Penguin 2024. Welcome. 12 months. Hey. From Acro World 19. That's a year. Double plus. 6 months to Phoenix Zuzo. Also 6 months to Skaynork, who says half a year. Somehow went by so fast and so slow. Agreed. Agreed. More fast, though. There were parts that were super slow, but man, more fast. Much more fast. 300 Bits from Loves to Read. What's this? I made it to a breakfast stream live? It's a miracle. Seriously, though, good morning, grandparents. Good morning. Oh, and then another message. It says, watch breakfast stream for the 17th, and I guess I'll call myself out. If I need to use butter for something, like toast, then sometimes I'll cut a small chunk off and eat it. Is that bad? I mean, is it bad? Probably not. Is it something that I do? No. But it's also a far cry from the person that literally got a stick of butter and was just eating it. No. It's not for me. Not for me. Now, sometimes if I get something on my fingers, get a little like something, if I'm working on something, I'll lick it off. That's not, I guess, the exact same thing as, break me off a piece of that butter stick. It's not exactly the same thing, but Andrew says, eating a stick of butter like a Twix. We knew a person. I mean, we still know them. We're not outing them for this, but yeah, that's what they did. Also from Los to Read, you guys mentioned 4 pounds of butter, and here in Canada, our regular butter we buy is bricks, 1 pound, so that's really not all that much to me. My family also uses a lot of butter, though.
Sorry.
Thomas, it wasn't me this time. Yeah, I mean, typically the packages of butter here also come in a pound. But we don't buy a brick.
No,
we buy
they
sticks.
come in sticks.
But it's a pound. It's just a pound in sticks.
Yeah.
It'd be like so you get like 4 sticks of butter and that's a pound. But if it was just all one blob, that would be a brick of butter. It's not my preferred way of butter consumption. But we're basically almost consistently just using it in baking,
eggs,
yeah, and cooking and stuff like that. So, Kazuyomi gifted a sub to Nightbot. Thank you, Kazu. 23 months from Bomakadia 25. It says, yeah, 23. 2 months until your golden sub. That's exciting. Loves to Read gives a sub to Lucky Cluck. We also got 27 months from Mech Mayhem. To add to the collection of the harsh reality of time passing quickly, Extra Life was exactly 1 month ago.
Yeah. It feels like forever.
It does, but then also when I so this is a really bizarre way of thinking about how long ago something was.
Yeah.
And this is going to apply to a very small amount of people, maybe no one here. But the length of time, like how long ago something was, is measured often by me in, is it on page 2 of the vlog uploads? I know that sounds bizarre, but, whenever I'm looking at the videos list on StephenVlog, it shows basically a month worth of things. And if I can scroll down and see something, I feel like it wasn't that long ago. But when I looked at it yesterday when I was doing all the uploads, the Extra Life stuff is starting to slip closer to the bottom. It's not onto the second page yet, but it's getting there. And that was like, oh man. Mech says, stop updating the vlog and time will stop. Problem solved. You know what's really weird is when I upload something from 2018 and I see it in the list and I'm like,
I looked at an old vlog the other day and I felt like I didn't recognize you.
Yeah. I feel like that. I'm actually in a weird transition.
Thought it was driving for a second.
I'm in a weird transition period where I don't recognize myself no matter what. I look in the mirror and I don't recognize myself, and I look at the old vlogs and I don't recognize myself. And I'm like, so I'm just in this weird limbo where I'm just like, who am I? So I don't know when that's going to change. We'll see. Mech says, also 27 months. Keep up the great work. Grandparents love from Norway. Mech, thank you. 300 Bits from Paint Chipper says, don't have class because of the holiday coming up, so I'm glad I can make it to today's stream. Well, I'm glad you're here. And thank you again for the gift subs right at the beginning. 300 from Ann. I had a weird dream last night involving a road trip, a bookstore, and a weed whacker. I never said it made sense. Hope you both are doing well. That's a weird one. I had a dream. I never told you about my dream.
No.
I think I told Chaz, because Chaz was in the dream. It was a few days ago. I had a dream that Chaz was here, and I had been talking to Chaz about YouTube stuff, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do on YouTube. And he took me aside and he's like, hey, listen, we'll worry about that next year. For right now, we gotta go back and play charades. And I was like, you're right. So we went back into the living room. It was here, and me and Chaz were playing charades with 2 former SNL cast members. And it wasn't charades. Everyone was talking about how it was charades. It was not charades. People were speaking. So I don't know why we called it charades. But the one guy started doing this really thick, like terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger accent. And whenever he said it, there was a guy cast member and a girl cast member. The girl cast member goes, man, I get so hot when you do that Arnold Schwarzenegger accent. And it got, like, the whole room got really awkward. And, like, they were
Was it just you 4?
Yeah. And, like, they were just, like, looking at each other and, like, they were making these faces. And me and Chaz were just kind of like, like, we're trying to play it. Please don't do this. And then I woke up. Thomas says the whole chat just got really awkward. It was a weird dream. It was a weird dream. You know what's funny is that, like, the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing makes perfect sense, because I was on his Wikipedia page the night before. I forget how I got there, but I was looking at something and I was like, oh, okay. And then of course I have a dream in which that was very specifically what was in there. The mind is wild.
Yours.
Yeah. It wasn't charades, though. That's the... Anyway, 400 Bits from Freaking Odd, who says, good morning, everyone. Question for you both and chat. What's your favorite fruit juice? Also, do you prefer orange juice without pulp? Or are you a psychopath?
Grapefruit. I love grapefruit.
That's the psychopathic answer.
Especially like the Simply grapefruit where it's super sour. Yes.
You know what's fun is that we were chatting with folks on Thursday for driveway chat, and I forget who it was. Someone was talking about, maybe it might have been Michael, was talking about how, no, it was Mike. I think it was Michael and Roland. They both said that every year they give grapefruit juice a shot, and every time they're like, I do not understand how someone can drink this, and I'm the same way.
That's my favorite.
Grapefruit juice is so wide. I really don't feel like my palate is the same as yours. When I drink grapefruit juice, I don't know how anyone could willingly drink it. It's bizarre to me. It's so bizarre. Favorite fruit juice, though, however, is apple juice, which must be consumed at a hotel. I'm very specific about my apple juice consumption. It must be at the hotel.
We have some apple cider right now, some spiced apple cider.
Yeah.
And I've been enjoying that and heating it up. It's very good.
Also, people know. Or a hot... Well, yeah, but I've been in a lot more hotels than hospitals, so...
I'd rather have apple cider than apple juice.
I guess. As far as the orange juice thing, when I was young, I could not have it with pulp at all. Like, the idea was just, I couldn't do it. And then I got older and just did not care. And now it just...
I don't care.
I do not care at all.
It's whatever we end up getting.
Yeah. Like, if I'm buying it, then I would... If I'm buying it, I would probably buy it without pulp in the off chance that we have someone over and they don't like pulp. But do I care? Not at all. It just doesn't. It doesn't bother me at all. 6 months from Opal Siren. 6 months already. Breakfast streams have been helping me keep routine when I'm at home a lot. Thank you. P.S. Only a week to go until my boyfriend's trip to visit me, and I'm so excited. Aw, nice. I hope you guys have a wonderful time.
Sorry, now I had to add juice to our grocery list.
Is breakfast stream influencing your purchase
Pikmin
habits?
is influencing my purchase habits.
Because of all of the fruit?
Yes.
It does make you want smoothies.
I know.
It definitely, like, we actually made, I don't think we put it on the vlog, but we actually,
Made a smoothie?
we made a smoothie the other day, and it was good.
We can do that again.
We might. Anyway, smoothies are great. 7 months from Molad, thank you. 14 months from Lixrin, which is pandemic plus architecture school equals a very exhausted Lauren. But hey, today's my last day of classes until mid-January, and my birthday is on Thanksgiving, so I'm excited and happy to be done.
Coffee.
Well, happy early birthday, and I hope you get a chance to
Relax until January.
Yeah, you and all the other students who are like, man, I need a break. Well, I hope you get that break. You know, I hope that you're able to truly just kind of.
Yeah.
Because you have to rest. You can't keep going. Like, what is it? Full crank all the time. Full crank.
Full power.
Sure. Depends where you're from in the U.S. Full crank. Loves to read 27 gifted a tier 2 sub to One Option Choices. Thank you for that.
Brandon, I'm a part-time full cranker myself.
I think part-time full cranker is 3/4 cranker. 25 months from Dark Overlord. Oh hey, 25 months. That's like 2, but just a little more. Thanks again for all the rad content from both of you. Also, you're right. It's 2 plus a little bit. 11 months from VCR San. Family Jules gifted a sub to Lady Leaf 8. Thank you, Jules. 9 months from M. Sonata. I'm having a medical procedure today. Watching this to calm down and experience vicarious breakfast. Thanks for a chill stream.
Hope things go all right.
Hope things go well. We'll get some good vibes in the chat for you. And you'll just have to let us know how everything goes later on. We got 300 bits from Paint Chipper. Who says, also, with me not having class, I can catch up with Twitter moments. Yay. I'm excited about that. For those who aren't aware, Paint Chipper has been compiling all of the Breath of the Wild fan art, categorizing it by the episode in which it corresponds, and then making Twitter moments for those specific episodes. And then those are pinned in the actual YouTube episode comments. So you can go to like episode, 5 and look at the pinned comment, click it, and it'll show you all of the fan art that folks have done that corresponds to episode 5. It's a really cool idea. I sincerely appreciate Paint Chipper doing that. And then the most important part of it is it allows the YouTube audience to enjoy something that is typically reserved for Twitch. Mm-hmm. That's the big thing, because all the fan art's been really cool, but it's on Twitch in the breaks, and now people can just watch when they're watching a video. They can just be like, "Oh, I want to see what the art was for this." So, anyway, Paint Chipper, thank you. Appreciate that.
Gippy, come say hi. There he is. Hi, buddy.
Pokemon battle music starts whenever Kepler approaches. 300 bits from Adrian Quell. First time in a long time I've been able to make eggs and toast. I have a close friend over for this week. We quarantined and have been as safe as possible, and it's so nice just to have someone here. Aw. Well, enjoy. It sounds like a lot of fun. Also, eggs and toast sound really good. I generally don't have enough time in the mornings to make...
Before breakfast stream.
Yeah, what has he got?
Just a piece of paper. He's very proud of himself.
Just don't let him...
He's
Oh,
taking
he is.
it somewhere.
He
for
is
us.
proud of himself.
There's a small piece of paper on the table, and he just picked it up and threw it onto his chair.
Just don't let him eat it. He's eating it. He's eating it. Yeah, that's the problem. It's cute while he carries it, and then he's like, and now this is
what
breakfast.
You want?
You can't consume I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. Oh my god.
You matched that cup, buddy.
A mistake has been made because now he has seen where this has gone. All right, while his head is turned, this will disappear. And he's forgotten all about it. Good. 300 bits from
That's a great thing about Kepler.
he forgets quickly.
Yes.
300 bits from Kazume. Eggs are complicated. They should cost $100 each. I think you'd have several people here who would agree with you. 500 bits from Lucky Clock. Wish me luck on my exam today, and I finally cut the breakfast stream because I haven't slept yet. Oh. You're supposed to sleep before the exam. You have to get rest. Anyway, wish you luck. I hope things go well. I'm assuming that you've studied because that's why you're awake. Again, I hope all the best for you. Exams suck. I haven't had to take one in a long time, and I don't miss them at all. At all. 25 months from Old Ramen. 25 of the crunchiest months of my life. Currently struggling with Yakuza 7's crane game minigame because it's far too realistic. Oh my goodness. Do you remember when you were obsessed with the crane game in Link's Awakening?
It was the best, though.
We were trying to, like, move on.
No, we weren't trying.
One of us wasn't trying. That's correct. Where I was like, all right, there's a game that we can play.
No.
Now I get the stopwatch going. It's been like 9 minutes of an episode, and I'm like, we really should play the game part of the game. And Mal's like, what if we just played the crane game? And I'm like, breathe, Stephen. Just breathe. 301 bits for Pickletron XD with the Luca gift. Star Rain. Thank you, Pickletron. Also from Loves to Read. Speaking of Christmas, I usually don't know what to get my mom, / she doesn't want anything, but I ordered her a hockey jersey and sweats this year. I'm so excited to give it to her. So the one thing I do like about, I mean, Christmas or just any time that it's appropriate to give someone a gift.
Thank you.
If you come up with something that you're like, this is the thing, they're not going to expect this is perfect for someone, I love that feeling. I really, really love that. One of the reasons I don't like Christmas is I don't like the expectation of it's time to give people gifts. I don't like that because when you have the mentality of like, oh, I have to get someone this thing, it's hard. You have to like rack your brain to try and figure out what to even give them, and sometimes it's not the best thing that you could give them. If you just naturally find something, like while you're out and about, and it reminds you of someone, and you're like, I'm gonna get this for them, even if it's not like a holiday, even if it's just like out of like the kindness of your heart, like I picked this up, I want to give this to someone. Those are the best gifts. Those are absolutely the best gifts. So yeah, if you came up with something just like, and it's like the perfect gift for your mom, that's fantastic, because those are the best gifts. I remember during the last physical TRG Coliseum, Tom came in and said, I got something for you. And I was like, oh, what'd you give me? And he got me a shirt, and it says, World's Okayest DM.
He just picked it up at a convention. And he was like, I saw this and thought of you, and I got it.
And I was like, that's so sweet. And I love stuff like that. Because, there was no occasion. It was just, I thought of you, and I got you this. And I was like, that was so sweet. So yeah, that's why I don't like Christmas very much, just because it's the time of year where it's like, especially God forbid you have like a big family where you do a big gift exchange where it's expected that you've got to get all these gifts. It is hard. It's really hard.
That's why my dad's family has always done. My dad's family does 2 gift exchanges.
Yeah.
One is
Coffee.
you bring one gift at a certain price point, and we exchange that gift white elephant style, where you can trade with people,
Yeah.
and then we do an actual white elephant gift exchange
Okay.
of bad gifts.
Yeah, I've been there for some of those.
Yeah.
And those can be fun. We get 10 months from T-Mug Celeste. Good morning and thanks for the cozy stream. Colorado is blanketed in white this morning.
I'm so jealous.
I
I only want snow between now and January 5th.
48 degrees with a high of 60. That's us. And days ago we had a high of like 70.
Yeah.
Something. We were also told that it was going to be a pretty warm Christmas. So I'm, excited about that.
Yeah.
I'd prefer it to be warm. I don't mind looking at snow as long as
You don't have to shovel it
Oh, I ain't
or
shoveling
go
snow.
out.
I'm not shoveling snow.
Ever.
If I'm put in a position where I have to shovel snow, something's gone wrong. We've moved too far north. That's my concern.
But like, Greenville is still in state and they get more snow than we do.
Okay, well, you're arguing semantics, but yes. Joel says San Diego is freezing. It's going to be 67. Ugh. I mean, I'm right there with Joel. Above 70, please. Preferred temperature. Can I handle the 60s? I can handle them. Can I handle the 50s? I can handle them. But I don't want to. I want to be in the 70s all the time. Or as close to that as possible. 300 bits from Platinum Pikachu. I'm sitting here eating breakfasty type food for late lunch while watching breakfast stream, which is a little confusing. Scrambled egg on English muffins, by the way. Well, that sounds good. I haven't had an English muffin in a bit. I don't usually eat them with eggs, though. I usually eat them with jam.
See, I normally want like one, and then I'm like, there's a 6-pack of these.
Steven will eat the rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true, I will. 8 months from Ravencloak. Good morning, all. It's been a long few weeks, but my dad finally has managed to relax somewhat. Chemo started a couple of weeks ago. Thank you guys for the entertainment, and thank you to the community. Y'all have kept me sane during all of this. Well, I'm glad that, I'm glad that your dad is starting to relax a little. You're on a journey, I think is the important thing. You're on a journey, and you're going to be looking for the good on that journey in order to keep you sane. That's part of it. While you're going through all this. So we'll do our best to continue to entertain. The community will do their best to be supportive, and even outside of this, continue to look for the good. I think that's it's just helpful advice for just life in general. We get 9 months from Shadowlands, who says, I took today and tomorrow off of work, 6-day weekend, good vibe. Yeah, that's, wow.
Yeah.
Good.
That's nice.
Good. I would advise everyone to do that every once in a while. If you've got things naturally set up in such a way where you could just take like 2 days off and get that much time off, do that every once in a while for you. Just have a little staycation at home. Good way to recoup. Rowlet Hoot gifting 5 subs to Scuba Steve 9000, Azure Kabura, the Red Archer, Chamber of Secrets, and 2 random words. It's funny that 2 random words is 3 words. They're also not random. They're specifically chosen. Rowlet, thank you. 300 bits from Loves to Read. I feel you, Mao. I try to be thoughtful with gifts. I love giving them, but it's hard. My mom's been wanting a jersey for a while, though, so I'm hype. Yeah, it's... I don't think that I'm a thoughtless person, but like the amount of times that I come up with truly good gifts is not terribly often.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Last night, Carly messaged me and she was like, what's some board games you guys like? Because we want to get some.
Not for us, for them.
For them.
They want to know what we recommend so they can.
Yeah. So I sent her a list of probably 30 different board games And I categorized them by, like, small group, large group, easy and fun for, like, if you have friends over who aren't really gonna be into really complicated stuff. Like, more party games, more chill. Casual games. And then a list of games that I've always wanted to try that I hear are good.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, you want me to get you a couple for Christmas? And then she was like, no, I'm just looking for a list for Kyle. And I was like, okay.
Would you like it? No. Okay. My favorite thing to get people, and again, the opportunity to do such a thing is always, it doesn't come around often. I really like to get people little gadgetry things that can genuinely improve their lives that they didn't think they needed.
Yeah.
I really like that. That's the sort of thing that I think is really cool. I mean, hopefully not a gadgetry thing that's like, oh, and then goes into the drawer forever. Hopefully the other type of gadgetry where someone's like, oh, wow, this does a thing. I didn't think I needed it. Yeah, so yeah, like Halla says, practical. That's the word. Something practical.
Roma says, Mal denied. Carly and I are very blunt with each other, and it's really nice. She's just like, get me this. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, folks are pointing out how Emil got my parents the Alexa, which is a great example.
Yep.
That is something that my parents would have never been like, I think we need an Alexa. Also, I'm sorry for saying the A word. I'll watch it for anyone that's got a device sitting in their home. But yeah, it ended up being great because I linked it to my account, and it has music, most music. It doesn't have it's. I don't think their thing is as thorough as like Spotify or Apple Music, but it's a lot. So they can just say, hey, a word. Realizing that sounds worse. Hey, a-hole, play my music. Breakfast streams with the family-friendly tag. So they've actually really enjoyed that, and that's the sort of thing. I don't think that even that specifically. Chess says Alice. Yeah, I should use that. I don't think that Emil was even specifically thinking of the music aspect. Honestly, it was just digital assistant type thing. Mm-hmm. But it ended up being a thing where they love it for the music, and they use it every single day, and they love it. So anyway, where was I? 24 months also. Hey, from Al at Hoot. Morning, y'all. Apparently I've been sub for 2 years. Wowee. Thank you to Stephen, Mal, Kepi, and everyone in the community for being great and for being part of what basically is my internet home. Glad to have you. It's a big house. Everyone is allowed. In the digital house, there is no pandemic, so everyone can crowd in. What is that song?
Our House.
Oh, I'm thinking of Our House, but I was using big house in the middle of the street. 2 months. Now I'm just going to be thinking about that. 2 months from Key Entity Extraction. Thank you. 4 months from Kalen595. I don't know what to type here. Oh, I found your channel with your Twilight Princess selfie. Hey, that's a good one.
Sorry, Brandon.
That's a good one. Please move your big house out of the street. That's dangerous. Oh, we do have lyrics. I thought I heard lyrics, but I wasn't 1,000% sure. I'm gonna let it finish because it's almost done, but I did uncheck it. Sorry, lyrics. Also, this reminds me that the next game in the series isn't it supposed to come out this year?
I think it's supposed to, but that might have changed.
I don't know if it got delayed. Imposter Factory. Yeah, I know that they were planning on a release by the end of the year, so I don't know if it's going to actually be out by the end of the year. Regardless, we won't be playing it by the end of the year because there's too many other things to do. But
yeah, there are.
We'll get to it. We'll definitely get to it for those who are wondering. 25 months From Sephiroth, who says, closer to 50 months now than when I first subbed. Pretty soon my Twitch baby will be going to preschool. I think that's the weirdest part of all this, is we make the jokes about 9 months, but eventually we are going to get to the point where it's like, hey, he's in first grade, and I'll be like, oh my god. And a lot of my friends have been doing this for a while. We were talking about this, I think last week. Even Jules has been doing like Twitch streaming since like 2012 or something. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you know, if someone has a multiple year sub to Jules or Tom or John, some of those subs are going into first grade. Oof. See, we're still young. Like in comparison to everyone else, you know, everyone else doing the Twitch streaming. We're the
new Twitch streamers on the block.
Yeah, which is funny. Jill says my mom and dad are younger than me. No. I'm old, and I feel older.
And now you're even older?
I was wondering if you'd get there. Soulmate. All the They Might Be Giants references. We got a sub from Full Metal Grizz 98. Welcome. Happy birthday. Thanks. I was about to say, it's my birthday day. How far away are we from my birthday? 8 months? A little past 8 months exactly. Hey, we're closer to my next one than we are to my last one. That's...
You're gonna be all of what? 32?
Yeah, I'll be 32. On my last birthday, the pandemic had been announced, I think, 5 days prior or 4 days prior. Yep. We were just getting started.
Yeah.
Back then, there was this idea of like, well, maybe by June. Anyway, 20 months from Wildfire972. 20 months of crunch. Hey, it's a good opportunity to take more than a
to eat
bite.
Some toast. Yeah.
Hold on, 20 months. See, now the jam has permeated. I don't know how crispy it'll be. 20 months of...
Brandon says the grandpa shtick is working because he thought you were 35 for some reason. He said that number was like stuck in his head as your age.
I mean, I'm fine with that. As time goes on, that'll probably... Everyone will be like, you're 45? And they'll be like, I'm 33. And they'll be like, 52? Is that John's age? Yeah, I think John... Is John 35? I don't know. I don't know if John's 35 or if John was 35, so he's just forever 35 and has never aged.
Seems right.
So that's another problem, is that sometimes you learn someone's age and then your brain holds that number. It doesn't know the birthday. It knows the age, so it holds the age. And then forever, you're like, well, they're this age. And it's like, well, how long ago were they that age? Oh, 5 years ago.
Mother Fairy says, John is eternal, get it right. Yeah.
I'd believe that. I was formulating a joke, but then it gets us back into Rosa John territory, and I was like, it's not worth pursuing that. Not this morning. 20 months from Wildfire972 says, 20 months of crunch. Early happy holidays to everyone, and don't worry, 2020 is almost over. It's true. It's true. And I think more importantly for folks is because 2020, for as, you know, a dumpster fire as it's been, you know, is not necessarily like pandemic specific. It's not like the pandemic goes away in 2021, but there's so much good news coming out about all the various different types of vaccines that are really getting close to release.
Yeah.
You thought everyone's going to get excited for video games 2020. No, the hot new release is going to be that vaccine. Looking forward to that. 26 months from Commander 13. Thank you. Shot.
No, that's like... Brandon's making a joke and a reference to that kind of shot.
Mal will be here to explain. Vaccine is my favorite video game. Vaccine Direct. We're closing in. We're closing in.
What's my news website? The only news website I can check.
The good news one? It's called Good News something or other?
Just give me positivenews.com.
Not a bad year for that website. I bet they've been doing well. Jab the vaccine in my leg, yeah? 17 months from Gold Mage. It says, a friend of mine is getting divorced and my father's in the hospital with a massive intestinal infection, so 2020 has kind of sucked. But while my shirt says, parrots make me happy, humans make my head hurt, you two humans have done just the opposite. Well, I am certainly sorry about both your friend and, of course, your father. And I can agree with the sentiment that 2020 has kind of sucked. 2020 has definitely kind of sucked. But I think one of the unique things about 2020 is that because it has affected everyone to some degree, there's some strange solidarity in the year.
Yeah.
Like, everyone who gets through 2020 will be able to collectively talk to any human on Earth and be like, man, 2020. And like, no matter who you're talking to, they'll go, yep. And, you know, in 20 years, when we've got freshmen in college who, you know, were born after this, they won't get it. But everyone living collectively now will get it. Anyway, good vibes. I mean, certainly to your friend and your father, but also you, who's on the roller coaster of this year as well. And I'm happy to have helped in any way. We got 300 bits from Pickletron. It says, so you said in 2020 would be the year you watch all the Harry Potter films. So are you going to watch those in driveway chats? We threw around the idea. We did throw around the idea. We didn't watch anything last Thursday. We just never got the projector out because I think everyone just kind of wanted to chat.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get to see anyone the Thursday prior.
Yeah. And then we won't see people this week because, like, everyone's gone.
It's Thanksgiving. Yeah, we're not going to do... We're not going to do Harry Potter this year. It's just not going to happen. And the reason I say that is because we could watch them.
Yeah.
But every year Lindsay returns back to Wisconsin and stays there for months. And she's gone. And, like, she is the person... Like, I have to watch them in her vicinity.
Yeah.
It's illegal. That's part of it. Because, you know, she has to... either explain things or I have to, you know, say things that make her laugh related to my misunderstanding of the story. So it's just gonna have to wait. But also, you know, I think I said that in January and a lot has changed since then. And a bit some loves to read. It says, a wild Kepi appears. Kepi wants to battle. What will you do? Pet, shoe, treat, meow.
Pet.
I usually like to pet. Very, very rarely do the shoe, but sometimes.
I can touch his ear.
He did not like that.
He did not
rolled.
like that.
You get 100 bits from Full Metal Grizz 98. Thank you. 300 bits from, that's not what that says. 13 months.
What?
Kind of has the same mouth feel. 13 months from Zelda Twilight Princess 07, who says, good morning, all. This is Nintendo Master with a name change. Hope everyone has a great day, and if I don't see you all on Thursday, have a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate. Well, thank you, ZTP. See, I took the words and that's called an acronym.
Good job.
Thanks. I learned about that in school. 4 months from JJ102, which says, Steven needs a haircut, but Mal looks amazing as usual.
Your hair is less puffy today.
It
looks nice.
I have been using...
hair conditioner.
That's the word.
Yes.
I was thinking hair sauce, and I was like, it's not hair sauce. Conditioner, yeah. Because people kept telling me that I needed to use conditioner, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this out. So I am. Yes, my hair. Yes, my hair sauce. I'm using. 63 Phil said, "How close are you to ponytail territory?" We actually did the math last night. We mathed it out, and we concluded that
It's like 3 or 4 inches.
realistically, it's probably going to be another 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
As long as it seems, in order to get it where it's a ponytail, like from the back. Like if I wanted to do the ponytail higher, I could do it now. But in order to get it like in the back, do a ponytail like in the back, it's realistically probably going to be another like 3 months. So maybe in February? Maybe?
Maybe.
I'll still have my hair. I'm not going to get it cut before then. I've already concluded that I'd really like to hold on to it for the length of Breath of the Wild. So we'll see. We'll see. Max just keep it till Coliseum. Well, we don't know when that's happening exactly. So if that gets pushed until later,
Coffee.
depending on how late it gets pushed, I don't know if I'll have my hair that long. We'll see.
See, what I did last night is I gathered, like, all of it into a ponytail, like, in the very center back of your head, like where Link has his on Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And then I grabbed a piece of your bangs, and, like, it was about 3 or 4 inches from being in the ponytail.
And we concluded based on...
How fast it's grown.
Yeah, because I'm getting about an inch a month.
Yeah.
Based on that, it'll probably be like 3 more months. Maybe 4. But... my hair will probably be down to like here. Again,
I mostly need your bangs to be that long.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the specific
Not the
issue.
back. The back will be even longer.
Yeah, it's just, again, I said this earlier in the stream, like, it's the big thing is that I look into the mirror, and I don't really recognize myself, and then now I look at the old vlogs, and I don't recognize myself there, so I'm just in this very strange limbo where I don't know who I am. Maybe it'll change. Oh. 1,000 bits from Lucky Cluck. Thank you for the worry, but I've studied grandparents. Thankfully, it's my last one, so I'll be asleep for the rest of the week after the exam. Good. I'm glad you've studied. Pulling an all-nighter is never fun, but at least this will be it, and then you can sleep.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there was probably times in college where I stayed up all night and then took a test.
You did.
I don't remember now.
You did.
I'm so far removed from
Yeah.
school. I don't miss that at all.
I know, you've said that.
That's why my heart really goes out to anyone taking exams. I'm like, I hate it. I hate it so much. So I just hope everyone does so well. So well. Good luck, everyone, on all your tests. Jules says, I literally just tweeted about this a few hours ago. High school was the worst. I saw that tweet. I saw you were saying, for everyone that was like, high school was the best years of your life or whatever, you were saying they were wrong. And I understand that sentiment. Like, high school was not the worst time of my life or anything, but the idea that, like, high school would be the best time of your life, I'm like, that may be true for some folks. Not for me.
I'm having
Not even
way
close.
more fun.
Huh?
I'm having way more fun at this age.
Oh, yes. Oh, Lord, yes. College was magnitudes more fun than high school, first off. College was way better. And then getting out of school and, like, doing things now is magnitudes better than college.
Yeah.
It just is. Jules says, wasn't the worst for me. I was actually pretty happy and relatively popular, but I can't believe adults who were there said high school was good. So, like, everyone's life is going to be different. Their experiences are going to be different. I can understand someone looking back fondly on high school like it's definitively the best time of their life if they were really involved in sports or really involved in something where that shaped a lot of who they were. Like, if it meant a lot to their growth as an individual, I can see that. But not me. But not me. It was important for me.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, like, high school was what shaped me into, you know, I'm pretty convinced there's no experience or world outside my... All of Jules' windows in his house are mirrors. Opens it, and it's just a mirror on the other side, and he just looks. Huh. Same old world. High school was important for me because it absolutely established very early on, like, who I was going to become. A lot of the things that I, you know, to this day have extreme interests in were established in high school. My interest in, like, filmmaking and graphic design was a high school thing. I'd say video games too, but video games, that's since I've been a child. So yeah, there's important aspects for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But was it the best time of my life? Nah. I don't think so.
And you had, like, a good high school experience too. Like, you were friends with everyone. Everyone loved you.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have a bad. There were aspects that were not great.
Yeah.
And I've told many stories about how I did not get along well with the administration.
Yeah. I meant, like, out of the
But
classmates.
out of my peers, yes. Yeah, but I mean, as a general rule, I've always gotten along really well with everyone.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Mostly.
I mean, you kind of, and I see this, like, people, you draw people to you, like, even in our friend group, like, people tend to look to you for, oh, what are we doing today?
Well, thank you. I, you know, I like who I am, which I think is a struggle for a lot of folks. And I haven't changed a ton since high school, but I've changed in ways that I think better myself. But I like who I am. Mm-hmm. I hope other people like me too. I think everyone wants to be liked to some degree. You know? Like, that's, like, no one wants to push people away from themselves. So, Stark says the hair changed. It's true. It's true. Mr. Deckle says, damn, getting real here today on American Street. Well, I didn't expect Mal to start talking about stuff like that. I'm like, hey, listen, keep it light. Let's move on. 300 bits from Danny. He says, over the weekend I made a pumpkin pie with your recipe, Mal. I'm pleased with how it came out, and tomorrow I'm going to make an apple pie. I love apples, so I'm very excited.
Did you get to try pumpkin yet? Or are you saving it for Thursday?
Ooh, yeah. I'm not a huge pumpkin pie person. I continue to try it every year with the hopes of...
Someday you'll like it?
Basically. I'm gonna run beans.
But I'm making my pies.
Beans.
Because I have to have pie this time of year.
You have to have pie.
I'm very excited.
You have to have pie.
I'm very excited for my apple pie, too.
Can you believe it's been a year since we did Malbakes?
Yeah.
You can believe that?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna just not promise another Malbakes. It's way easier if we just say, let's not plan on it. Let's just not plan on it.
The desire to, though.
The desire is always high. But it's, you know. Brandon says you also didn't promise
no,
last
we didn't.
It's true. It's true. It's fun surprises. Yeah, if we get anything more, we'll just say that it was a fun surprise. A fun surprise. And not plan on anything. Hey, we got 300 bits from Jules. Jules says, hey, Mom and Dad, and Keppers. Hope you're all well. I've been struggling lately a bit, probably with season changes and stuff, but I'm doing Ring Fit and trying to buckle through and hope I can remind people it's okay to be not okay and to keep on keeping on. No weird punchline on this one. Love all of you and good vibes. It was really sweet,
Thanks.
Jules. Yeah, it's I like the line to remind people it's okay to be not okay. It's true. It's true. That's something that we work through in our own home.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's been a rough year.
Yeah.
It's been a rough year for a lot of people for a lot of reasons.
I struggle with season changes too. When
Yeah.
it's 4:30, it's dark out, and I'm
Yeah, I hate
mentally
that.
screaming about it.
Yeah, I hate that so much.
Yeah.
I hate that so much. Yesterday, Mal sent me a message, and she was like,
It's easier than yelling across the house.
"Yeah," and she was like, "Do you want to go for a walk? Because we've been going for walks. We probably go for a walk about 4 or 5 times a week,
Yeah.
and it's usually just a little thing, 20, 30 minutes, walk through the neighborhood." She's like, "You want to go for a walk?" And I was like, it's 5:45." And she was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Because both of us have blackout curtains.
Yeah.
So when we're working, we don't know what daylight looks like.
Yeah.
And the big difference between Mao and me is that I'm typically working the computer, so at least I'm looking at a clock. Mao is usually painting.
In front of the easel, yeah.
So she's not looking at what time it is. So she was, you know, she was a little disappointed, and she's like, "You know what? Let's walk anyway." So we did.
And it was really nice.
It was nice. People, the neighbors had their Christmas lights
Yep.
on. We just took a flashlight, so when cars were coming by, we could turn the flashlight on, so people knew that people were walking. But it was nice. It was a little chilly.
It wasn't that chilly.
It was a little
like
chilly.
56.
But it was a little chilly. If it's under 65 degrees, it's a little chilly. A little bit.
Some of our neighbors have really gone all out this year, and
Yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah. They've done a pretty cool job. There's more of them doing it than
Yeah.
I thought there would be,
Yeah.
and as a result, it was just nice to walk around at night. It was really
Mr.
enjoyable.
Deathkill says, "You could be that house I wanna be."
Someday, maybe, we'll see.
There's a house in our neighborhood. They have a full Christmas tree up in their front yard
And their backyard.
and in their patio, their front patio.
They have 3 trees.
They have the same layout house as we do, and they have one like in the corner, like where we sit on Thursdays,
My God.
and then they have one out in their yard, and they have obviously lights everywhere. Their backyard is fenced in, and they have lights all the way around their fence. They have a tree back there. There's just lights everywhere.
Well,
Coffee.
I mean, hey, you know, it whatever makes you happy. And then also, since we were talking about like this year, like for a lot of people, like Christmas, the holiday season, holiday decorations too, it's just a way to lift people up.
Yeah.
They get a lot out of that. And I can see why someone would want to decorate anyway, and especially this year, like, yeah, let's make things a little more festive.
Yeah.
But yeah, that house specifically went through. They really, like, went all out. Anyway, Jules, I wish you the best, bud. And, you know, if there's anything I can ever help with, or if you just want to chat or something, reach out. It's always okay. 300 bits from JJ102, who says, hashtag TEZ.
How many shrimps do you have to eat?
Sorry, the music...
Eat too much and you'll get sick. Shrimps are pretty rich.
Sorry, I went to my thinking face, and it immediately, how many shrimp? And I'm like... The timing on that was impeccable. I'm completely thrown off from everything that has happened up to this point. What is this from? What?
I've seen it.
Flamingo. This is... Caro Bonito. I don't know what that is. How many Okay.
Coffee.
A Japanese artist. Alright. Alright, well, that was, Again, I've literally caught me off guard. I won't change it. You're welcome. JJ, thank you. How many shrimp? 300 bits from Aldo.
Coffee.
Getting back on track is gonna be hard. I have a job interview after work, so making a sacrifice of bits to obtain the good vibes. Hashtag Figure Squad. Good vibes to Aldo for the job interview. You got this. Do your best. Finger Squad. I've decided Finger Squad will now be this and not anything that occurred on Friday.
Yeah, that doesn't need to happen again.
Yeah, BC turned that into a GIF. I saw it posted on the Twitter account, and I was like, "Who?" That walking on the ceiling. What that was, we've decided. I will not be doing that this morning. Family friendly tech. 300 bits from JJ, who says hashtag team. Oh, I see. Hashtag Team Mao all the way. All the love from Canada. We have all the snow, and you can have it. Stay safe, stay awesome. Yeah, pass on the snow. When did it last snow here?
A few years ago. It didn't snow last year.
It didn't snow at the very beginning of this year? Like, it didn't snow, like, in, like, February or January or something?
I don't think so. I think it's been, like, 2 or 3 years. We had a really cold winter, like, 2 or 3 years ago, where the pond out back froze over.
Yeah.
Which was really strange, and since then, we have not had snow, I think. We were supposed to get, like, 8 inches, like, a year or two ago. Yeah, it was gonna be, like, a super big deal. Like, they preemptively canceled school. Like, 2 days before.
I don't remember that.
And then there was, they did a satellite photo of the area where it snowed. And there's a bubble from, like, us to, like, Whiteville. Where, like, Myrtle Beach got no snow all the way up to Whiteville. And, like, everywhere else got, like, almost 10 inches or something. Like, it was crazy. And we were all like, come on. We didn't get any?
It was just a week or two ago where we were laying in bed. I think we were about to go to sleep. Mm-hmm. And I reached over and I looked at my phone, and on the little preview thing, it was like, expect snow in the next hour. And I was like... And then whenever I opened the app, the weather app, it was like, oh no, I'm just kidding. And I was like, okay, well. And the thing was, because it wasn't cold enough to snow.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like 36. I don't think it's going to snow. It's 36 degrees. Was it cold? Sure, it was cold.
Yeah.
Was it going to snow?
No.
No? 5 months from Phantom Gerudo says, a little late, but this train rolls on. Glad to catch a stream for the first time in a while. Glad you're here. Hope you're having a good morning. Or afternoon, or wherever you may be. 30 bits from Ziasarn. Good morning, everyone. I'm having a naming dilemma chat. Any ideas for a latte with amaretto? It's sweet and a touch fruity / nutty with a hint of coconut. A latte with amaretto with a hint of coconut. I'm a lot nut. Ooh, lot of nutto. Because it's latte, coconut, amaretto. Lot of nutto. Are these bad?
Like Brandon said, so how about those alerts?
30 bits from LHMS 1704. I really like your long hair, to be honest. It makes you look older in a good way, considering the fact that you're in your 30s. It's a good change for you. I was telling Mao this morning, I don't know, you guys probably can't tell because breakfast stream is just this, but I feel like I look better with long hair when I'm wearing long sleeve shirts. Don't know why, but I've noticed that whenever I put I haven't worn a lot of them since it hasn't been super cold yet. But whenever I put on a long sleeve shirt and I look in the mirror in the morning, I'm like, oh, actually, I don't think it looks that bad. But with the t-shirt, it looks different. Unfortunately, most of my wardrobe is t-shirts, so yeah. I either have to replace my wardrobe or cut my hair. So these are my options. Only these two things. Anyway, 300 bits from Dane. He says, we all know about the pandemic. I'm just curious how many people plan to travel and have a normal Thanksgiving. I know personally me and my family will. It's also my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday. Hope your birthday goes well. Yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving's happening this Thursday. The level of safety that people engage in depends on, I mean, their personal level of risk assessment, and then also where they're located, where their family are located, how many people are involved. It depends. It depends. Certainly, a small gathering is safer than having, you know, Uncle Wallace and... I decided Uncle Wallace. Uncle Wallace and your other Uncle Wallaces all at once. Mm-hmm. But no matter what, I wish everyone as much safety as possible. That's my wish. 30 bits from Jithy Picard. May I hear the Stephen versus the administration stories? I tell you what, let's get through alerts, and I'll circle back around and try and recall one before the end of this stream. That's what I'll do. 300 bits from Jules with the murd. It's a hard thing to say. Murdbo moi. Star
Did you
Rain.
start that word with an M?
Yes, I did. My brain saw the B and said, you know what? You know what? That's an M now. Birdbow. 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 300 bits from JJ. At Family Jewels, all the love, bro. I'm in the same boat. Let's get through this together. Just sweet. We'll get there. Also, shout out to everyone doing Ring Fit, because I know Jules had mentioned that too. We haven't actually touched it in a little bit, but we've been doing walks, so we're getting exercise.
We're
it's
enjoying
not
the outdoors while it's not 100 with 100% humidity.
Yeah, and walking is not the same level of strenuous activity that Ring Fit causes, but at least we're doing it fairly consistently.
Yeah.
The only problem I've had with Ring Fit, and it's a good exercise, but like it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And I enjoy doing it, but it's like you are going to get sweaty, and then you are going to need a shower, and the whole thing ends up taking a lot more time than I've wanted to give to an exercise regimen. So instead, we've just been walking. But I love Ring Fit. It's fun. We need more. We'll need a sequel.
Maybe they will. Maybe it'll be 2-player if you buy another.
Well, they're Nintendo, so they're going to make a peripheral and then use it for one thing and then never again.
Yeah.
Love you, Big N. 300 bits from Cabri29 says anything under 70 is chilly. # North Carolina winter. Yes.
I think under 50. That's when I think it's chilly.
That's not true, and you know that's not true. You know that's not true. You're trying to be all
last night, and it was 56.
You're trying to be all macho because you got that Wisconsin background, but the truth is, you have softened You've lived here a long time and you've softened. Because there's been times
Yeah,
that
I would have said 40 was fine before.
Well, we go out and we go for walks, and if you're not dressed correctly, it's cold. I know you, Mallory.
I do want to say there is something about it being cold but humid that just eats to the bone. And my dad has not spent any winters down south, ever. Like, he's lived in Wisconsin his entire life.
This is going to be his first one, right?
Yes. They went to Florida because they own a house down there, and they were like, well, we're staying at home up in Wisconsin. We can go stay at home down in Florida where it's warmer and have a pool.
Yeah.
And he's like, when it gets cold down here, he's like, it's not even that cold. He's like, but it's cold. And I was like, it's that humidity.
Do you think it just feels different?
Yeah.
Jules says, fun fact, your body acclimates quick to climate, and your blood capillaries adjust in size to accommodate for warmth. Science facts. Sorry, I'm swallowing bread. Brandon says, you can feel the cold in your veins, in other words. Human body is cool. And sometimes cooled when the weather is... I tried to make that work. 100 bits from Demon Fang 6. Thank you. 30 bits from Kaze says, might be good to have a safety reflector on yourself if you are walking in the dark. Well, we don't have one, so so we had to go with a flashlight. But we also, I mean, for what it's worth, I don't plan to take many walks in the dark. It's not how I prefer to do things.
And especially after the lights come down in January.
Yeah. Well, once we get past the doggone 4:30 sunset, Lord have mercy, I hate that.
That's not going to be till like February, Steven. Because the
solstice... it starts getting better after December.
December 21st.
Yeah, it's fine. We just need to go for walks in the afternoon. If you want to take a walk, like let's do that. But let's do it in the day. Brent says, hey, you might have some lights up until February.
Maybe.
You know, I was talking to Mal about yesterday while we were walking. I was like, you know what would be a really cool idea is if you had, you'd have to kind of envision this with me for a moment. Lights set up, like in your yard, like as a, like, you know how people do those solar powered lights that have that light a path? That would be an option. The lights on your house. Anything that you would be able to keep up year round with just like white light. If they were Philips Hue bulbs, you could change them for holidays and you wouldn't feel the need to put up a bunch of additional decorations. Like, you know, if you've got your two floodlights outside of your garage that are normally white, either during the holidays you could change one to green and one to you know, red, and you'd be like, boom, Christmas.
And then orange at Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be super. I mean, yes. You're not wrong. It wouldn't. Okay, if you were only doing the two floodlights on the garage, it wouldn't be that expensive.
No.
It wouldn't be that.
Are those light bulbs okay to be outside?
I have no idea. The other thing is that I don't know what the longevity of those lights are.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm actually not sure. Anyway, and Ardudo has a good question. Would you want to put up more lights?
Yeah.
See, mine is coming from the idea of like, you don't have to decorate for Christmas because it's like, oh, it's Christmas? Beep! Done. Probably have to wait until the price of that sort of technology comes down. 300 Bits Loves to Read says, I'm in no way judging what you think cold is, but I did want to mention that where I currently am, it's minus 8 degrees Celsius. It is 8 a.m.
So what is that, high 20s Fahrenheit?
Yeah, because 32 is 0.
Yeah.
So, probably 20s. Low 20s.
Is it low 20s?
Anyway, yeah, nope. No, as someone who grew up here, that's just
17?
can't do it. Can't do it. Could not live in a place like that. I'm too. This is it. This is again. I could not go much further north than this. I would. I think I would suffer. 300 bits from JJ, who says, at Jules, you're strong, bro. I have beat my depression, not by much, but I will always listen if you need to chat. And then hashtag Team Mal, you go, girl.
Thanks.
You do go. Thank you for being sweet. 300 bits from Danny says, Stephen, prior to this year, have you ever grown your hair out? I haven't cut my hair since March, but I've had long hair before. No. So I started, the last time I got a haircut was in February. And probably as of, what month do you think was officially like, okay, it has not ever been this long?
July? I don't know.
That's it? Like 4
I-
months, 5 months?
I didn't see your hair in college when it was...
In freshman year of college...
We were dating, but we hadn't met in person yet. You got it cut right before you came to visit me.
In freshman year of college, I had grown my hair out a little bit, but it wasn't anywhere close to this.
No.
And that, at the time, that was the longest I had had my hair. But it was probably... It wasn't covering my ears at all. Like, it was probably here. So, a few months back. As of right now, this is the longest my hair has ever been in my life. So, every day is a new adventure. I've never...
Is there a good photo of you with that hair?
No.
No?
No.
There isn't?
Not that you're going to be able to find.
Okay. Okay.
I know that you're desperate to look at your phone for 20 minutes searching for a picture of me in a Firefox hat, but it's just... You'll be very hard pressed to find... Like, I can think of one picture, and I don't remember where that picture is.
Okay.
300 bits from Gold Major says, I live in New York City, and even my fellow New Yorkers think I'm weird when I go out in shorts and a t-shirt in the 30s. I've been stopped by strangers on the street offering to buy me pants and a coat.
Coffee.
When I lived in Wisconsin, this was probably sometime when I was in college.
Nice New Yorkers, though.
Because I think YouTube existed. There was a video clip that was circulating around Wisconsin that was like, look at this guy in New York. And it was some news reporter on the street who was interviewing people who were out, like, aren't you cold? Because, like, apparently it was, like, super cold and, like, they had a lot of snow. And, you know, the city just kind of shut down.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, I'm from Wisconsin, my boss wouldn't let me stay home. And, like, everyone in Wisconsin was laughing. And they were like, yep.
I mean, could I physically go out in shorts and a t-shirt in the 30s? Yes. Would I be actively sprinting to wherever I was supposed to go? Yes. If it was a longer distance than like 60 seconds, would I scream? Probably, yeah. Probably. I don't think I could do it. But hey, you know what? Everybody's different. Everybody has different experiences and lives in different places, comes from different places.
I know you went to college in Georgia, so it wasn't cold. But in Wisconsin,
True.
there was always that one guy on campus who was wearing shorts, and it was like January and freezing, and he's like going to class in shorts, and everyone's like, there we go, shorts guy, it's winter.
I still think my perspective is the only one. Thanks. Jules went to check on those windows. Weird. Well, yeah, every college has got shorts guy. Every college has got guitar guy. Every college has got unicycle guy. It's just a thing. Depending on where you are, maybe unicycle / bagpipes guy. Yeah, again, the flip side of thinking that things are too cold is that I survive the heat that everyone else is like, how can you survive the heat? And I'm like, no problem. 100 degrees, no problem. I'm fine. So, you know, at least I have that going for me. But that's something that a lot of people, you know, if they're in the cold weather, they probably don't have to deal with.
Yeah.
Although there's like Wisconsin, they get super cold weather, and then in the summer it's also super hot. So, you know, one of the two.
Sometimes.
300 bits from Loves to Read says it's apparently 17 Fahrenheit-ish. I'm scared to go outside though because I haven't been all that much recently, so I won't have acclimated yet. So I prefer just to believe it's impossible to acclimate to 17 degrees Fahrenheit and that you should stay inside and drink hot chocolate. You know, I gave the people that there were people last week that were like, I drink hot chocolate every day of my life, and I gave them crap for it. To some extent, I still kind of do. But if I lived in a place that was that cold, I'd probably drink hot chocolate every morning. I probably would.
Did you edit the vlog where we made hot chocolate?
That comes out today? No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I said it's been a bit. At the beginning of the stream, I said that there's 4 more vlogs, well, videos. One of them's breakfast stream coming to StephenVlog today. 3:15, 3:30, 3:45. We do make homemade hot chocolate, but that's not in today's batch. That's tomorrow.
Okay.
Gosh, I'm getting caught up. Gosh, darn it. I'm getting there. I'm really excited to...
Get caught up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
excited about it. 300 bits from Amby Walsh. I went to college in the snow belt of Pennsylvania, and we had one friend from California who had not brought any winter clothes at all. During the second week of November, we all piled into a car, drove to Walmart, and loaded her up with winter gear because she was still running around in shorts and flip-flops. There's been times that I've forgotten certain things on vacation and needed to pick up stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I bought Long Johns when I went to visit you.
I thought you had them.
Maybe I had them. I'm not sure. I think that's the only time in my life I think I've ever worn Long Johns.
Yeah.
Like the idea of wearing maybe TMI? I don't think so. You'll have to.
Did you wear them when we went to New York 2 years ago?
No.
1 year? Oh my god.
No.
You didn't? I did.
Again, maybe TMI. I don't think it's TMI. This is just how people are. I don't wear clothing to bed. Just don't. Like the idea of wearing clothing to bed is like weird. Like I don't wear pajamas. I know some people are big pajama people. I don't do that. If I wear pajamas, I'm too hot. Like I put the air down to 67 on, so it's blasting. And I sleep, and if I had pajamas on, I would be too hot. It's just the way it is. So the idea of wearing Long Johns is so foreign.
You wear them under your clothes to go out.
That's also foreign. That's bizarre. Did I do it? Yes. Was I glad? Yeah. But is it weird? Yeah. It's weird. When you're not used to it, it's really strange. Anyway, 300 bits from Loves to Read. Yes, I don't... Again, family friendly. I don't sleep in the nude. And honestly, I'm not going to judge anyone for doing that, but like, you have a butt, you know? Like, because you have a butt, if you sleep in the nude, that's your business. That's fine, but you have a butt. I don't know, you sleep face down? I don't want their juices. 300 bits from Loves to Read says, Stephen, last year it was minus 40 Celsius, minus 40 Fahrenheit with wind chill. Oh, is that the one that's the same?
That's the one that's
okay.
the same.
I know one of them's the same.
It's negative 40.
I knew there's something. Okay, so with wind chill, I had to do a double take when I looked at my phone. It was very cold. That's the temperature that it was when I flew into Chicago.
Yes.
There was one of the Christmases that
It was the first Christmas.
yeah. Jules said, Steven, I have questions. I don't understand what the questions would be. Pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. I'm trying not to be. I'm trying not to be explicit.
The first winter we were dating, it was so cold they started canceling flights from Chicago, and you got the last plane in.
That's true.
Did you see what Thomas said?
Thomas says, I have 0 questions because I want to know less. Jules says, it's okay, I don't want to know the answers. And Chaz says, we aren't having questions on this topic. Listen, I'm not going to talk about this. All I'm saying
Let's
is
go
that...
back to talking about our first Christmas
all I'm saying
together.
is that you sweat at night. And that whatever clothing you wear at night is your barrier. And that if you're one of those people that chooses not to have a barrier, then, you know, I have concerns about it. That's not a continuation, Thomas. That's me establishing what I'm talking about. Pretty well timed, Demon Clown. Pretty well timed. 6 months from Rainy Days 48 says, just got back from picking up cinnamon rolls from a local bakery for Thanksgiving. Happy 6 months. That sounds lovely. I haven't had a cinnamon roll in a while, and that sounds amazing. And then from Line Rider, 300 bits, I had around -55 Fahrenheit on my second day to class of interim term classes in my freshman year of college. Got a pasta delivered and tipped the dude double the order amount for braving the weather. I'm sure that dude appreciated it though. God. And now I'm thinking about the idea of, you know, the super cold weather, and then people, you know, doing deliveries and stuff. Oh my God.
Like, that's the sort of weather where you get frostbite. Quick. Real quick.
No thanks. All right. Finished alerts. I said I'd tell a very quick administration story. What's a good one to tell? Trying to think of one where I had butted heads. Is there one I haven't told?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. I don't know what you've told.
A different one than the yearbook one, the running one. The running one is good. I'll tell the running one. I may have told. Again, I may have told all of these over. We've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this for 11 years, so I've probably told these at some point. But if you haven't heard the running one, StephenVlog turns 11 to what? Is that today? Seriously? Was it the Really?
You tell your story.
Anyway.
I'll double check.
I mean, it is close. It is today. Hey, happy birthday, StephenVlog. It's 11. Anyway, real quick. Preface. In high school, I was a good student. Legitimately good student. But I was always a little bit rebellious in the sense that...
If someone was wrong.
Coffee!
Yeah, if someone was wrong, I either let them know, or I didn't respect their opinion on something. So, and like that was the best that I could do as a high school student. Like, it was okay to have opinions about things. That was fine. But if I felt wronged in some way, it didn't matter if you were a teacher or a principal. Like, that was irrelevant to me. Like, I was just going to tell you how it was. That was me in high school. So me and the principal had a bunch of run-ins in the past. There had been a bunch of issues over the years where I had, been sent to principal's office over, things I would disagree with. I'm like, I don't think I should be here. So we had conversations about that sort of thing, and she didn't like me, partially because my parents tended to agree with me too. So, you know, there would be instances where something would happen at school, and then I would come home, and the principal would be like, you know, I want to talk to your parents. And I'd explain to, you know, my parents the situation. And my parents would be like, you know, sounds like principal has a stick up her butt. I'm like, yeah, she does. She did. She really did. Anyway, so there was, that's the preface. There was every year there was a fundraising event for the school. It wasn't for like charity or anything. It was for the school. There was a fundraising event for the school where you would run laps around the soccer field, and the idea was that you would try and get people to like pledge money so they would
Per lap.
per lap. So the idea is that leading up to this specific day, Lucky Cluck says, March for Dimes? No. Because that's a charity. This is like for the school. This like goes to the school. So you'd get people to sign on and pledge like, oh, I'm going to give you...
I'll give you $3 a lap.
Yeah, and then you'd run a certain amount of laps, and you know, that would be money that was raised for the school. They did it every year, and it was an entire day off of school. Like I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain this. It was like, I think it happened on like a Friday, and
you didn't have classes.
Mm-hmm. Like you just went and ran, and that was it. So I never participated. I didn't participate. I didn't care. I had better things to do. I never got anyone to sign up, because also it felt really weird. It wasn't like for a charity. It was like for my school. Mm-hmm. So I never did it. And it didn't matter that I didn't do it. You still had to go to school. It was still a required school day, and you still had to run. And that's where they got me. That's where they got rebellious high school Steven that was like, I don't agree with this. You know, like, I don't feel like I should even have to be here, let alone you're going to make me, you know, come to school and run. Like, I had some issues with that. So, anyway, I go to school that day, and the way they were doing it is everyone got a 3x5 index card, and they had it rubber banded to your wrist. So they had a hole punch, and they put the rubber band, so it was rubber banded to your wrist. And then starting at whatever time it was, 9, 10 a.m., they do the thing, and they're like, all right, go. So then you run, and I think it's for an hour? I think it was for an hour or 2 hours. It was a long time. It's a long time to run. So I'm just walking. Me and some of my friends are walking. Some other people that did not participate but had to be there because that was the rules of the school. So we walk around the thing, and every time you come around to do a lap, they have like volunteers and stuff there that do a hole punch on your card, and that's what keeps track of how many laps that you've done. So as we're nearing the end of this hour or two where you're running, I mean, we've gone around, I don't know, twice, 3 times, something not very many times. There's a few people that are like really, really do it. Like they're in it to win it, and they've gotten the sponsors, and they're just like going around. They're just running nonstop. That's not me. As we get near the end, I was like, I have an idea. I was like, Justin, you have a hole punch, right? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, go get it. So Justin goes and gets his hole punch, and we hole punch the crap out of this card. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's to the point where it's comical. It almost looks like someone shot this thing with a machine gun. So we do that. the race is over. We turn these things in. And after that was lunch, because I think it ends at like, noon or whatever. So everyone goes into the lunchroom. We're eating. And the person that had really went out of their way to get the sponsors and do the running and stuff was one of my buddies in high school. And we told him what we did, and he thought it was hilarious. He thought it was super, super funny. And we're sitting there at lunch, and all of a sudden, over the loudspeaker, we hear, and we have the winner of the of the cash run or whatever it was called for this year. It's Stephen George with whatever 53 laps, some crazy number. And like everyone in the lunch hall just starts like busting out laughing because they know, for one, that there's no way, because I walked the whole thing. And the people that were sitting right next to me knew what we had done, so they were losing it. And we sat there for another like 2 minutes, and then another announcement came on the intercom, and it was like, Stephen George, come to the office. And I was like, all right. So, by the way, I think the person, the second place person, the person that actually did all the thing, did like 36 laps. So like I ran like 15 or 20 laps more than him, which is, again, it's absurd. I go into the office, the principal is there, all the office staff are there, and they all look like super serious and super mad. And, she's like, do you think this is funny? That you cheated? And I immediately just start laughing. I'm like, you cannot be serious. She's like, how dare you? This was a serious competition. I'm like, this is a joke. This is so clearly a joke. I was like, when you see how much, he had, and I'm 20 above, it's like, it's obviously a joke. She's like, I can't believe this, and everyone is, and all the other ladies are like, we're so disappointed in you. And I was like, oh my God. And again, this is not the first time I've been in the office. And she goes, I want your parents to call me. And I told her, I just looked her in the face and I was like, do you really think it's a good idea? Like, I was like, is this worth your time? Is it? Because I don't think it's worth my time, and I don't think it's worth your time. I was like, this is a joke. Like, get over it. And she did. I did not get in trouble for that. And they did not call my parents. It didn't hurt anybody. It didn't hurt anybody. It was just a joke. It's just a funny joke. And it got everyone to laugh. And the administration did not like that. Sarcab says, are you still friends with her? I like that still, because that implies that I was friends with her. Yeah. Anyway. That's one of very many stories. Alright, I gotta read these last two alerts and we gotta go. 300 bits from LHMS 1704. I tried to sleep naked once, but it was so uncomfortable I couldn't sleep. I literally fell asleep right after putting on underwear. Again, props to people that can do it. It ain't me. And then also from Loves to Read, happy birthday to StephenVlog, and congrats to you two on 11 years. It's been a long 11 years. A lot's happened.
Yeah.
It's been fun, though.
Did you suddenly wake up, Kippy?
It's been fun, though.
He was asleep, and he, like, twitched in his sleep, and now he's suddenly awake and startled.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. I felt like in high school I had a pretty good sense. I mean, I was a high school student, and you don't know everything in high school, so I'm aware. But
Nothing
I felt
you ever did was mean or dangerous.
Yeah, I felt like I had a pretty good sense of things. In a lot, I mean, I certainly felt like I had it better than some of the adults because I challenged them a lot. got better about that as I got older. Maybe not. Maybe I'm still challenging authority. Anyway. Hey, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed the little story time. Maybe in the future I'll, you know, tell another fun tale. Things to announce before we leave. It's Tuesday. That means Pikmin's back on the channel. So check out Pikmin today. And then,
11 years? Day 0 was the 24th.
yeah, today is...
I checked.
Yeah.
I know chat checked too, but...
Yeah, today is the 11th year.
Yeah.
So that's neat. And like I said, there's vlogs scheduled for 3, 3:15, 3:30, and 3:45. So.
Guinevere says, do you challenge Chaz? Because I don't think you do. He tries.
Yeah, I challenged people in high school, but now that I'm older, we've learned not to challenge the chat and not to challenge the Chaz. As long as we keep to those rules, we'll be good. Alright. Okay, that's it. I'll see you Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern for breakfast stream.